YouTube, what it do? We should be out here, and today was another amazing day in the market. Today was $2,600 between accounts. I made a decent chunk, honestly. I'm pretty happy. I'm not going to complain about it at all. Today was a winning profit day, and when I first started this stuff, man, I would dream of even being able to touch, $1,000 a day, or even like $700, $800 a day in this stuff, right? Because this stuff is not easy. It's not easy. So I'm going to say, first things first, glory to God, because at the end of the day, without him, I cannot do this. Without him, I'm not going to have enough confidence to do this. He's given me the wisdom and the knowledge to be able to go into this market and execute good trades for the most part. I have my losses, right? But go in the market and execute pretty good trades, right? So it's helped me get funded, it's helped me stay funded, it's helped me have multiple accounts funded now. I'm extremely blessed. I'm happy. I know that there's always good days in the market. There's always bad days. This week has not been my favorite week. I'm going to be 100% transparent. I do not like the movement in the market. We have had no volatility, really. Like, it's just been kind of like consolidation back and forth. I don't trade nights. It's not my personal thing. I don't know how else to say it other than that. So let's just see. Okay, so that's 9. Yeah, that's where I jumped in up here. Okay. I'm sitting here seeing, I guess we did have a little bit of a drop, so I can't say that. We did drop all the way from 800. We did have a decent sized drop. I'll be able to tell you guys pretty much what happened as far as that goes. But overall, I'm going to show you guys what happened today. If you guys are new here, I trade the 15-minute orb candle, okay? And that's just how I trade. I also do things based off of experience and edge and knowing that, like, I know how to take my risk. Most of the time, I still mess up with that. Of course, everyone does, right? So I'm not going to sit here and say that I don't. I'd be BSing you, right? We all mess up. We all make mistakes. We all think we know things that we don't sometimes, all right? So let me just get these lines out of here so I can show you guys pretty much what happened, when I jumped in, why I jumped in, and we'll go from there. So I didn't trade the 15-minute orb strategy today, and I want to be completely honest with you, because either way, you would have actually made some serious money if you did, but I'm gonna be honest, right? So I jumped in. So basically, this is the 9:30 candle right here, guys. So I'm gonna jump in here on the 5-minute candle, and this is the app called Ninja Trader. My funded futures link is in the description if you guys want to support me. I am not selling you a course. I don't care to sell you a course, okay? So if you guys want to support me, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. It really does help these videos a lot, and I'm trying to grow this channel. So we have our 9:30 candle right here. I jumped in when this hit 7:20. No, actually, I lied to you. It was 7:47 if I remember right. 7:47 is where I jumped in for a put. I got out, if I remember right, a little bit below this line right here. When it started to creep back up, I got out. I could have held it longer, clearly, as you guys can see, because it ended up going all the way down here. But at the end of the day, the reason I did this, I'm gonna be transparent, like I try to be honest, right? I don't know how to explain this in the easiest way possible, right? But in the morning, when I see a big red candle, the first second of something I've been noticing, it's something I'm willing to risk. Does not mean you should risk it. I'm saying this is something I've noticed that I like to. I've been having decent. You guys have seen my past trades, right? They've been pretty decent, and I've been loving this thing where the first candle that we see in the market, you're going to notice it explodes in one direction. This could stomp me out real quick. That's why I try to be honest, right? I could have went at 747 and they could have went flying up to the 800s. I would have been stomped out right here. My stop loss was so small, and that's why I try to get you guys to realize, right, is that it's risk management that's going to make you money, right? It's not, if I went right here, right, if I put in at 747, which is right there, right, if I jumped in right here for a put, which is going down, right, we're going for, to say that the market's moving downwards, right, it's bearish, and I put my stop loss up here, I'm risking what? $1,000 something, $2,000, whatever this is. For what? You know what I'm saying? I don't even have any really basis as to where it's going if I was to, enough to risk that much money, right? So what I do right here is if I have like a 75% win rate of what I think is going to happen, right? And like, again, does not mean you should be doing this. I love the extremely volatile moves in the morning right now. I don't know what it is. Again, it's like that 1 minute scalping strategy. I don't know. Like I'm kind of mixing two different things in one, but that's kind of what happens when you get good, is that it's not even just one strategy. It's just you start to recognize patterns of where the market moves and why it does its moves. But that's why I have the base of the 15-minute orb strategy, so you guys can learn based off of that and make it your own, right? And like, that's the whole point. So I jumped in right there, ended up getting out down there. Besides the point, we're going to go over the 5-minute candle and what happened, okay? We had a 5-minute closure underneath the lower low right here on the 15-minute candles. I already told you guys, I put the lines here for you guys, high, 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 low, low. Okay, we had the closure on the 5-minute right here, and you saw a green candle. What does that mean? We don't go in. That means we don't go in until we know what's happening, okay? And if you guys can see, it was 20 minutes of complete kind of just BSing a little bit, like a little bit up, a little bit down, right? And then if I was to do this personally, I would have went for a put right up here around this range. I would have probably put my stop loss right about here, because it wasn't, sometimes when this candle comes and it's green, it will fly all the way out back up to the higher high. It has not done that in a while, honestly, from what I've seen. But again, like, I trade my own discretion. So I'm just trying to show you guys what will work, okay? So overall, you went in for a put right here and you got out down here, you would have still went all the way from, you know, around this range. Let's say you entered into the low, 634 all the way down to, even if you got out at 495, that's a lot of money, man. That's thousands of dollars that's on the line right there. You know what I mean? If you put your, you know, stop loss up here, you know, if you got $1,000 stop loss or 750, whatever it is for you, even if it's 500, right? When you're first starting, if it's $500, you still would have been fine. You know what I mean? You could very well be stomped out on a normal day in the market, though. You know what I mean? It's going to happen. It's bound to happen, right? It's about recognizing patterns and just continuously learning, man. You know, this market's going to teach us a lot, man. If you're in this for a year, you know, I can't even imagine what 10 years is going to show me. I've only done this for about a year and a couple months now, whatever. And I can't imagine what 5-10 years is going to do for me as far as the NQ goes, man. Just really trading that same patterns every single day, knowing what they're doing, why they're making their moves. I'm not saying you're always going to win or your success rate's always going to be high, but with God, we can do anything we set our minds to, right? So we could do all things through which Christ strengthens us, right? If you have God, right, which you do, right? We all have Jesus. Even if you're saying no, he's got your back and he wants a relationship with you, okay? I tell him in that every single video. But you have God, man. And, you know, at the end of the day, if you can just go into this with hey, you know what, God, I'm going to try my best today. You know, I'm going to go in with this strategy. I pray for the absolute best. I want to retire my family. I want to do the best thing I can for the people I love, and, you know, not go into this with greed and not go into this with, you know, just wanting the millions of dollars, man. Once you get good enough, you're going to be, if you got, think about it this way, right? You have 5 accounts, right, that are funded, right? Which I've talked about in other videos. Go watch my, you know, 15-minute strategy video if you want in-depth understanding of this, right? But if you have 5 funded accounts and you're making $1,000 per trade, so if you go in there with a 1R, whatever the hell those things are called, win rate, right, where you're going for, you know, 1,000 take profit, 1,000 stop loss, and you win 4 days of the week, and you're up $4,000, right? Because if you obviously would have had that loss, so technically, but $4,000, right? If you win 4 days of 1,000, and if you had one loss of 1,000, that'd be $3,000 a week. So if you're up $3,000 a week, whatever, if I did that math wrong, you know what the heck I'm talking about, all right? So $3,000 a week on 5 different accounts that are funded, that's $15,000 a week. And I mean that. There's $15,000. If you have live accounts, man, on different platforms, My Fun and Futures, Top Step, whatever, that's my end goal. That's where I'm trying to get to right now. I mean, I'm trying to get to a point where I can walk in my parents' house, you know, be, hey, Mom, I got you. You know, I'm paying your damn mortgage off. You know what I mean? I'm trying to pay my mortgage off. You know what I'm saying? So if you're new here, man, and you just want to change your family's life, man, this is it. You know what I mean? Give your glory to God. God always comes first. And just continuously learn, man. Binge my videos, learn the trading. You're going to see every single day is very similar, right? It doesn't change very much. It's just a matter of which direction we're trying to go. And I've already talked about, you know, in the other videos, higher powers, higher time frames hold higher powers. Okay. So your daily obviously is going to give you more, like the day right here is going to give you way more information than a 5-minute candle is going to give you, because the market's going to move. It's going to be volatile. It's not going to make much sense. But yeah, I love you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you do not miss out on this, on this channel, and help me grow. And I love you guys. I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.